Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're just going to look at an interesting Reddit post that I found that talks about mispronunciations from what seem to be a lot of native English speakers. And I just want to talk about this because I want to make sure that everybody knows, even people who speak English as their mother tongue often make mistakes with pronunciation because English is a language that doesn't have clear rules about pronunciation in the same way as a language like Spanish or Japanese or Vietnamese might have, where you know exactly when you see a word, you know how to say each syllable. In English, the spelling of a word can be very different from the pronunciation. So sometimes people might read a word in a book 1,000 times, and in their heads, they're saying the word a certain way, but it isn't until later that they realize they've been saying the word incorrectly. So here's some examples of that. As you can see, the meme here is me when I randomly found out a word is not pronounced the way I've been pronouncing it for years. One time at work, like 9 years ago, I said monotonous, like monotonous, all right? Monotonous has a guttural stop on the T, so we don't usually say monotonous. We'd say monotonous, monotonous. And that just means to have one tone. Some people, they speak like this, like they are robots. They do not change their tone. That's to speak monotonously, okay? Next one is this word here. For me, it was cash. I never heard anyone say it before, only read it online. I thought it was pronounced like cake. Cash has the same pronunciation as cash, like money. And cash is just like a warehouse of things, a collection of things that you have, especially when it's like you're stocking up for an event, or you have this collection as backup in case of an emergency. Next one is this one here. It's so funny for a non-native speaker because, like, you learn the super basic pronunciation rules, and then all of a sudden you find the word rendezvous, and you think, oh cool, I need another language to pronounce this one. Okay, this is rendezvous. Rendezvous means to meet, or as a verb, to meet, let's say that. It comes from French. The French pronunciation is rendezvous. Very similar. The R, though, in English, we keep the English pronunciation of the R, ron, but we pronounce the rest of the word just like in French, rendezvous. Next one is this. That was leopard for me. Kept saying leopard. All right. This is le. The O is silent. And the ending syllable is purd, not pard. So this is leopard. Leopard, like bird. Epitome, epitome. Oof. So a lot of people would see this word. I've heard English speakers say epitome. This is epitome. The epitome of something is the clearest example of something. You could say the epitome of beauty. If you're describing someone who is so beautiful, they are the epitome of beauty. So it means the perfect example of that thing. Next one. This one is hyperbole. Hyperbole. Hyperbole versus hyperbole. This "but" is not bow, as it says here, but hyperbole. Hyperbole is exaggerated language. So when you say you see something with a price on it and you go, oh my God, that's the most expensive thing ever. Okay, that's being hyperbolic, meaning you're saying something is way more expensive than it really is. You're being exaggerated. Hyperbole. Next one is a kind of food. I'm a chef. One of the servers, good kid, just not the brightest bulb, asked me for a side of Chutney. After some back and forth, we both started getting pissed. The applesauce. Chutney. This is pronounced chutney. Chutney is a kind of sauce. Usually, I believe chutneys are usually made from fruit. Pickled fruit, I think. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. Next one is another kind of food. This one. I saw the word quinoa for like 20 years before realizing it was pronounced how it is. Quinoa has a stress on the first syllable. We can think of it having an accent here. Quinoa. Quinoa is a kind of grain like rice or wheat. It's eaten in, I believe, in South America, in Peru or Bolivia. I'm pretty sure it comes from there. And the word, I think, comes from a local language from that region. Next one is one that I think a lot of young people see written, and it looks very much like cupboard, but this is cupboard. Cupboard threw me for a loop as a kid who read a lot and didn't talk to others. By the way, throw someone for a loop just means confuse someone. Cupboard, the P is silent. And a cupboard, obviously, like this back here, kind of, is a place where you keep things, maybe where you keep cups or plates or books. And the last one that I have for you is hearth. Okay, I know this word looks like heart, maybe hearth, but it's hearth. The hearth is the area in front of a fireplace. It's a warm area. We often use this word when we're talking about a place that makes you feel comfortable and warm. The hearth. Sometimes we use this word to refer to a home. And also it would be a place where historically people would gather, early humans would gather around the hearth. Around the fire. They would cook around the fire. They would spend time together. So the hearth represents home and heat and comfort. All right. Okay, that's all for today. Thought you might find that interesting. If you have, please, and you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment with a word that maybe you thought was pronounced differently than it actually is. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.